Imagine being told at the age of 17 that not only could you never play your favorite sport, mine happened to be soccer, again, but that you may not ever walk unassisted again. This would have been my reality without the selfless act of tissue donation. When I was 17, a soccer injury took me off my feet. I broke my ankle and tore all my tendons and ligaments in my foot. I was devastated. I was told at 17 that not only was I going to have surgery, but that I was going to receive cadaver tendons. At first I was super grossed out by this, but the more I learned about it, the cooler I thought it was. And then, my reality again, at the age of 29, when I broke my ankle, hiking with my children, and was again told that I would probably never walk without the use of a cane. I have kids, I'm in nursing school, I have a job. That was just the worst, most devastating news I could have ever gotten. But then a tissue donor came through once again and was able to help literally save my life. I'm going to tell you today about the need for organ donors, facts and myths about organ donation, and how to become an organ donor after I convince you that it is the most selfless thing that you can do. Dr. Seuss once said, "To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world." So let's talk numbers. The need for organ donation is huge. 34,770 transplants were performed in 2017. 22 people die every single day. 118,000 people are on the waiting list for transplants, and 773 of those are Oklahomans. I'm going to break down the wait list for you. So this is the wait list by organs for Oklahoma. There is a need for 540 kidneys, 175 livers, 26 hearts, 11 lungs, 3 pancreases, and 18 kidney pancreas combos. And that's just in Oklahoma right now, in 2017. If you will refer to my PowerPoint, 481 Oklahoman lives were saved in 2017 by organ donation. And one organ donor can save 8 people's lives. One tissue donor can donate to 75 people, which is what I had. I had a tissue donor twice. Every 10 minutes, a new name is added to the list. And again, an average of 22 people die every single day waiting on organs. Imagine being told that your loved one needed an organ or they were going to die. So let me tell you some facts about organ donation. The first kidney transplant was done in 1954, and 529 organs were transplanted in Oklahoma in 2017. But even with that many donations, the 118,000 people that are on the transplant list, 8,000 people died last year waiting on them, and 27 of them were our fellow Oklahomans. More than 1 million tissue transplants are performed in the United States every year, and 92 people receive a transplant every single day. In 2004 and in 2017, I was one of the 1 million. And you can also choose, what you specifically choose. Specific about what you want to do. But you ask, what about this? What about that? So let's talk about some of the myths of organ donation. One I hear all the time is that only young people can donate. This is not a true fact. Your medical condition at the time of death actually determines your organ donation status, not your age. So never please opt out with your age. The oldest organ donor to date was 98 years old, and he donated some of his organs, which I think is amazing. Another myth is that they will take my organs before I'm really dead. People who agree to organ donation are actually given more testing than ordinary people because they do extensive testing to make sure that you're actually brain dead and you're actually declared brain dead. So it's actually, you get more testing. There's 2 doctors that come in. There has to be a second opinion. It can't just be like, oh, they're dead, pull the plug because we need those organs. That's not the way that it works. Another myth is that it's against my religion. Organ donation is consented with the beliefs of most major religions. Most of them see it as a contribution and a donation and something that's really good. Another myth is that I'm too young. If you're under the age of 18, you have to have parental consent but you can express your wishes to your parents. You know, the need for smaller organs is actually in high demand because smaller bodies sometimes need smaller organs. So sometimes the babies can't take the big organs, especially things like hearts and lungs and that sort of thing. They need smaller organs. Another one I've heard is that I can't have an open casket. People are clothed for burial, so there's no visible signs of donation. If they take your bones, then they replace them with rods. If they use your skin, they only use it on places that are not visible, such as your back. And even when they do take skin, it's almost like they're peeling off a sunburn. Like if they only take that much skin. So it's not like somebody's coming in and hacking off your whole arm. It's not as gruesome as it sounds. The only transplant that wouldn't be copacetic with open casket would be a face transplant, which is where they actually remove the skin from your whole face and they put it onto somebody else's face, which I actually thought was really fascinating. One of the questions that was asked was, will that person look like you? You know, obviously they're going to have your face. And the answer that I got from the organ donation transplant coordinator at my job, her name's Lisa, she said that they may have your features, like if somebody had my skin, they would take my mole, but the shape of their face would be theirs because their bone structure stays the same. It would just be my skin, which I thought was really cool. So that's some of the myths that we've talked about. Now, because of all these myths, only 59% of Oklahomans have registered to become a donor. So now I'm going to tell you more about how to become a donor, which you can refer to my PowerPoint as well for that. But you can donate on your driver's license. All you have to do is click the box. You can also donate at lifeshareoklahoma.org, or you can go to unos.org. And there's also a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-826-LIFE. And they will send a form to you that you fill out and send it back in the mail. Like I said, those are all in my PowerPoint. Also in my PowerPoint is a picture of some of the donors and recipients of organs from last year. If you've never been on the LifeShare website, I highly recommend that you go check it out. It's got some great stories. It's got all kinds of frequently asked questions, you know, how to become a donor. There's just lots of cool information on it. Also, unos.org is a very cool place. I had one more thing to show you here, and this is the life-saving and healing organs and tissues. This is actually everything that can be donated through LifeShare. And so you can donate your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your intestines, and your pancreas. And you can also donate your corneas, your tendons, your valves, your veins, your skin, and your bones. So it's just absolutely fascinating to me that you can donate all of those things. Organ donation is the most selfless act you can make. We've talked about the need for donors, the facts and myths, and how you can become a donor yourself. You don't need your organs when you're dead, so why not give someone a second chance at life and live on through the selfless act of organ and tissue donation?